Hey everyone, it's Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys an old school album review. And today we're going to be looking into this band's debut album for the 15-year anniversary. And it's from one of my personal favorite bands of all time. And as you can see below the title, today we're going to be looking into Symmetric in Design by Symmetry. This is the band's debut album released on February 7th, 2005 through Nuclear Blast Records. Now, to give a little bit of a backstory for those of you who aren't familiar with Symmetry, they're a melodic death metal or metal band hailing all the way from Avesta in Sweden, and they formed a year prior in 2004. And I'm surprised that they got signed that fast. And then of course a year later in 2005 they put out Symmetric in Design, which in my opinion, I feel like it's a pretty good start for the band's career. In my honest opinion, I feel like nobody really even talks about this album, and I don't even really see that much reviews on YouTube of Symmetry. But I just figured, why not? I've covered their third album, Holographic Universe, but let's just talk about it. The production on this album is pretty solid. And vocally, the vocals on this album is pretty great. Like Christian Alfstrom, their former vocalist, is really great at what he does. Like the way he utilizes like the growls and like clean vocals is just superb. The guitar playing is really just superb and spot on. I mean, Per Nilsson and former guitar player Jonas Kilgren, I can never pronounce his last name, but yeah, they're both guitar playing is pretty solid. Just like the leads and just like the riffs that they come up with are fucking great. The bass I kind of wish was a little bit audible. Kenneth Snell's bass I wish was pretty audible, and of course the drumming from Henrik is just great. So yeah, without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now, opening up the album is the song Chaos Weaver, which is one of the strongest songs on the album, and it's a great opener. It starts with the melody harmonized by the guitar and sort of like the keyboard, and then just the whole band comes in. And then the verse riff is pretty heavy, sort of like very deep vocals, which makes the song pretty intense. And then there is a pre-chorus that you hear for the first silence, just like an amazing clean vocal from Christian, and the chorus is basically a vocal exchange with sort of like the deep sort of like heavy vocals with sort of like the clean singing. And the guitar work and drumming is awesome. The guitar solo is like very intricate and very complex, and it's very nice to see like just the shredding from here. And then the bridge comes in sort of like some clean emotional vocals, and the slow tempo of the song comes back into the chorus. Overall, great way to start off this album. And then next song on here is 2012, The Demise of the Fifth Sun, which is an amazing song. And this is the song that just, wow. It just has amazing riff, double bass, leads, keyboards, a great start, and clean vocals in the verse, and then a low voice comes in the pre-chorus with amazing footwork by Henrik, and just a nice chorus with a mix of clean and screams and a low voice at the same time, which is kind of nuts. And the breakdown is almost kind of scary a little bit, and I just love Christian's voice, and the solo is just insane and perfect right in there. Dominion, which has a nice main riff with the piano in the background. The verses are pretty intense and just amazing drumming again, and the voice of the singer Christian will just get to you for sure. And the bridge just features one of the most beautiful voices and sort of like mellow death. It's pretty interesting solo again right here, and it's just a nice song. Next song on here is Underneath the Surface, which is sort of a run-of-the-mill song. It starts off with a few lines cleanly sung before bursting into just insane death growls. And I'll give the song credit for having a great upbeat and catchy chorus, which makes the track worth listening to. And I bet you can guess what's next. Yet another well-blazing solo. It's a good track, kind of despite its little bit of repetitiveness, but worth a listen to nonetheless. Next song on the album is called Reborn, and it's a really fast song with the growls being very fast and rather incoherent. And the chorus is Christian's clean voice, except it has the quality in it. I'm not sure which makes the chorus very epic and relaxing. And it shows off how he can sing extremely well. And two solos on this song. This song is like when you're like the 2-minute 15 seconds, which is a bit of a short one, and another one at like the 2.5-minute mark. And this one is, I feel like, is more drawn out and technical. And it's insane how Symmetry and over just pretty impressed me with sort of like a different solo, and each one is very fast and melodic. Next song on here is Veil of Illusions, and this song features for the first time clean guitar work for the verse, and the chorus is pretty catchy, and just the main riff is just kind of reminds you a little bit of like something from Soilwork. An amazing riffing again, and the soloing is awesome. It's just so melodic and technical, and the solo progression is just perfect. Amazing song. Obscure Alliance, which is kind of like a gung-ho type song, and the grunt at the beginning says it all. It's just an in-your-face type song, and Scar Symmetry doesn't disappoint. The riffing in the beginning is just very melodic, and it keeps a good beat. And the chorus, I feel like, is the best part, being heavy, and one of the few choruses which is all just death metal vocals. It's very catchy and will stay in your head for a while. And yeah, Hybrid Cult, which is quite odd. It begins with like grinding riff, which isn't melodic at all, with some strange female sounding vocals, sort of like backing Christian's amazingly changed voice. And he uses a high pitched kind of like black metal style screech on this track, which those strange backing vocals a lot. It's a heavy song, and at first I didn't really like the song at all. And then the clean vocals sections in which Christian sings great, and the lyrics being very ominous and sort of out there, and you'll either enjoy the song or not. And I bet for many it's a skip over track, but doesn't mean you not give the song a chance, because its variety in terms of the vocals is pretty much astounding. Orchestrate the Infinite, which is another personal favorite of mine on this album. It begins simply with the death metal vocals over a simple riff, but the chorus is what I like about the song. Not to mention the sweet bridge in the middle of the song, sort of like slowing it down, becoming very emotional for the first time really since one of the previous songs being Dominion. And the instruments sort of like slow down with the drumming, backing, and acoustic guitars, and Christian sings very solemnly, and it just pretty much mellows you out. Detached from the Outcome, which is another run-of-the-mill song similar to like Underneath the Surface, which is a type of a sort of like typical death metal growl with clean singing combo, and the riffing isn't very memorable or quite that melodic. It's a filler track, to put it bluntly. I will say this about it though, it does have an amazing solo, and pretty much the fastest on the CD. Next song is called Seeds of Rebellion, which I believe is actually the name of their first demo, which came out in 2004, which is a very upbeat song. Like Obscure Alliance, it gets you really pumped, that puts just a smile on your face. Not only just because of the Revolution theme lyrics, but because of the way it's performed. And the opening riff is sweet, brings back a sort of like very melodic and fast, and the vocals slide in, it's just brutal as all the other songs. And the chorus has a very sweet opening riff, and it's just very catchy. Yeah. Next song, the final song on the album is called The 11th Spirit. My only little gripe, I feel like it should have been track 11. Maybe, I don't know, track 11, 11th Spirit. But yeah, I don't know. But this song itself, as the last song on here, it feels a little bit out of place here. It's not really a fitting closer, but it would have fit in better if it's placed like somewhere else on the CD. And the song is more or less typical Scar Symmetry, where the death metal growls during the verses and sort of like great clean singing during the chorus. But I just can't put my finger on why it just doesn't stand out to me. I mean, I feel like the previous song, Seeds of Rebellion, would have made a much more fitting closer to the CD. Now, overall, Symmetric and Design by Scar Symmetry is a pretty good debut album. A pretty good solid start to a great career for them. So if I had to give this album a score, I'm probably going to give this a solid 9 out of 10. So yeah, that's my review of Symmetric and Design by Scar Symmetry, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.